Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about some planetary energies that have been affecting us and are going to stop affecting us really soon. Hi, my name is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. That's right. Today we are talking about Pluto in retrograde. And Pluto had started in retrograde January 4th of 2021, went into full retrograde April 27th. And it will turn and start into its post-shadow energy in just a little bit on October 2nd, 2021. And then it's going to be kind of starting to speed back up. And so we're going to kind of get back into the normal energy of Pluto in retrograde instead of this backwards kind of energy from it. So let's talk about Pluto in retrograde. Pluto has really been affecting us, kind of asking us to change and evolve in a lot of different ways, because usually changes come from kind of like the outside. Our things around us change, and then it kind of influences us to change on the inside. But with Pluto in retrograde, it's kind of like changes on the inside are kind of coming out and kind of evolving differently for us right now. So it's kind of like an interesting energy that we're making those changes, and then we're seeing that kind of fall into place on the outside. And as Pluto keeps speeding up, this process is going to keep getting back to normal. And so things that we change or things that we modify are going to be making changes a lot faster, kind of coming into play. And Pluto is all about kind of like that regeneration, that transformation. And it's always kind of pushing or urging us to kind of make some different changes in our life. And that's what most of us have been doing for most of 2021, kind of making these inner changes, and then we're trying to make them on the outside. And it's going to start flipping. Like I said, as of October 2nd, it's going to start kind of flipping around a little bit. It's going to start speeding back up, but it's not going to be completely out of retrograde until January 25th, 2022. So it's just something to kind of keep in mind as kind of Pluto kind of brings in that energy a little bit more for us. One of the things I think is really interesting is this kind of really changes our redirection of like, what do we really require in our life? What is it that we really require to be around? And sometimes this can come in different areas for us. Sometimes this can come in career related. Sometimes it can come in, relationships wise. It can come into our personal relationships. So it just kind of starts making those changes a little bit at a time. But let's pull a couple of angel cards and get us a little bit more information as Pluto continues its swoop into normal speed, and kind of like how is it going to continue to affect us? That's most important. So it's all about blessings. This opportunity to make changes, for not only us, but everybody on the planet, has been a really great time. And kind of like, what are the changes that I know I require making? What are the changes that other people require taking or making? And then how is that going to make me shift and adjust my energy to kind of step into that? I've got two coming up at the same time. Children. When we look at this as children, a lot of times, like, children, the influence comes from the outside, kind of like their parents will say, no, you can't do this, or no, it's not the time for this. And it's kind of like coming from the inside out with Pluto in retrograde, kind of like it's been coming from the inside, like, I know I can't do this. I know I'm not able to do this part. But it's going to start flipping back to that energy, and we're going to feel other people's energy affect us a lot more. The next card is all about music. When we listen to music, it really can calm us down. It can really help us feel more centered, help us feel more able to cope with things in life. And I guarantee you, it's one of those, over the last few months of Pluto in retrograde, I have been like, oh my gosh, this is just going on and on and on. And not only that, we have so many other planets in retrograde as well. So this is the time to kind of listen to that music and kind of amp up our own vibrations, our own energy, and kind of give us a deeper insight into what's coming up around us, and then how can we deal with it a little bit better. study. When we start studying the planets and how they affect each of us a little bit differently, some people are more affected by Pluto in retrograde than maybe Saturn in retrograde. Maybe Neptune in retrograde has really been messing with your dreams a lot, but one of the other ones haven't. So it's kind of learning which ones affect you better or more gives you an idea of which ones you need to be more cautious about or more things that you need to be aware of during that time of retrograde. And that's what this is all about, is kind of give you that kind of like heads up, like, hey, this is coming up. Hey, this is what we need to be aware of that's coming up in our area, or how can we work through this a little bit easier. If you're doing your work, it's going to make a little bit easier transition out of all of these planets kind of coming out of retrograde almost at the same time. So it's going to kind of flow a little bit easier and kind of allow us to kind of make those adjustments way easier than we have been in the past. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.